On today's episode of Things That You Do Not Want to Wait to Do When You're Selling Your Home. Hi, I'm MaryJo, and I am a New Jersey licensed real estate broker for those of you who do not know me. So today, homeowners, we're going to talk about underground storage tanks. If you're thinking about selling your home, or maybe you have to take on the task of selling your parents' home. Well, did you know that green patch known as your front lawn may be hiding something that could completely derail the sale of your home? Yep, I'm talking about underground storage tanks, specifically those used for home heating oil. Over time, these tanks can corrode and leak oil into the ground, creating environmental hazards that can cost thousands and thousands of dollars to clean up. And guess who doesn't want to inherit that problem? Potential buyers. An interesting fact is that if an underground storage tank has been properly decommissioned, most lenders and insurance companies will allow the tank to stay underground and require proof that the underground storage tank, or UST as they're commonly known as, has been decommissioned properly. Are you wondering what that means? You see, it's a process that used to be done years ago when a tank company would come out, locate the underground tank, and pump out any remaining home heating oil and sludge. And then they filled the tank with sand. Homeowner, you may have record of this being done, or your town has it on file. Typically, a lender will tell you that it's okay to leave it underground as long as you followed your municipality's guidelines and it was properly decommissioned in conjunction with the DEP's guidelines as well. But before you get too excited, usually what happens is attorneys along with buyers will not close title on a property that has a decommissioned tank on site. Wait, what are you talking about? Are you confused yet? Especially if you followed the guidelines when decommissioning a tank and your municipality signed off on it, wouldn't it be approved by all parties in a real estate transaction? Well, you see, not necessarily. These tanks do tend to deteriorate underground, and there are sometimes tiny and sometimes larger perforations on the belly of the tank that may have allowed some seepage, causing contamination, even if the tank has been decommissioned properly. This is why leaving an underground storage tank in place can complicate or even completely halt the sale of your home, as buyers are weary and they're likely to make their offer contingent upon you removing the underground storage tank and being responsible for any remediation if necessary, should there be contamination. Here are some helpful tips that I give all of my sellers. Number one is to identify whether or not you have an underground storage tank on your property. And how do you go about doing that? You could also call a oil tank removal company to come in and do a search for a tank with their ground penetrating radar or metal detector. You want to hire a licensed contractor who specializes in underground storage tank removals. It is important that you work with a certified professional who understands local regulations and that they'll safely remove the tank. And number two is to test for contamination. If there is contamination, you'll need to address that before a closing can take place. And number three is to get documentation once the tank has been removed, making sure that the area has been cleared. You'll receive official documentation to show buyers that the issue has been resolved. If you have no contamination, once the work has been completed, the tank removal company will contact the municipality and get all permits that were taken out closed out. If there has been contamination, which nobody likes to hear, your contractor is going to take soil samples and have them tested, and then they will have what they call an LSRP, write up a report that has to be submitted to the state in which you live. Here we're talking about New Jersey. This is New Jersey guidelines. And it takes approximately about 30 days for that report to come back from the state, and it is known as an NFA letter, no further action, showing that the site has been cleaned up and remediated and no further action is necessary. A copy of this goes to your municipality. They close out all permits that were taken out, and you are good to go to head to closing. Trust me, removing an underground storage tank may feel like an upfront hassle, but it's an investment in your home's value and marketability. So if you're thinking about selling, start by addressing this hidden hazard now. If you need guidance navigating the home selling process, DM me or drop me a comment below. I'm here to help. And that's all this Jersey Realtor has to say today.